Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to talk about Chaos Dragon and Watcher. So recently I got my Chaos Dragon to gold, where you can see it here. As you can see, Chaos Dragon is now gold. I've had Watcher for a while now. I'm obviously free to play, guys. If you don't know my channel, I'm the expert of free to play, I guess. I got several accounts. So I finally got Chaos Dragon to gold, which is about 4.5 years after I started playing. I've had Watcher on all my accounts at gold, which I usually get. It took me about 2 years on each account to get. I know it's not the fastest, but it is what it is when playing several accounts. So today I want to talk about how to get Chaos Dragon to gold as well as Watcher. We're going to do a combined video. I did one of each back in the day, but the sound was not that great. So we're going to go over why Watcher and Chaos Dragons are good. So first of all, they are two of the four army heroes. So the four army heroes are Bombing Goblin with, when you look at army stats like this, it's the worst of the four army hero because these stats are not that great. And then you have Rose Knight that everyone that's free to play that don't have Watcher or Chaos Dragon should have as their leader, which provides 20% army attack and 50% cav HP. Now, Watcher and Chaos Dragon are better than Rose Knight. Now, as far as which one is better, to me, Watcher is better because it provides army attack the same 20% as the others, but 25% army HP, which is obviously better than 50% cav HP. And then the passive one with 20% training speed, which is really good. So when I say passive, whenever you see this little guy on the horse, that means that you need to send into battle to get the boost. But whenever you see the castle, it means it's a passive. You have the boost regardless. So this is why Boommeister, really people don't send it to combat because you already get the boost from being a passive. Now, Chaos Dragon gives you a little bit more attack, 25% army attack, which is obviously better than 20%, but sadly the 30% defense is not as good at the 25% HP. In fact, it's a lot worse than the 25% HP. And the last boost is research, which to be honest, guys, whenever we work on Chaos Dragon, sure, research is going to be a good thing that's important, but whenever you get to gold, you're not gonna have a lot of research left to do. Personally, I only have like maybe 20 or 30 research that I can do that don't require tomes. So from free to play, whenever you get gold Chaos Dragon, research is not as important. And then the other thing is lots of research are being completed with Techno Labs. So this is why my ranking would be Watcher number 1, Chaos Dragon would still be number 2 though, Rose Knight number 3, and Bombing Goblin number 4. If you get all those heroes, you should have them on your wall. As you can see, I got Chaos Dragon, Watcher, Rose Knight, Bombing Goblin, and then another one that would provide a combination of attack and HP. So in that case, I chose Snow Queen. Okay, and now speaking of how to get those heroes. So first of all, you can get them from several ways, but the first thing you gotta pay attention is the L events. So they are both Watcher and Chaos Dragon. They are both showing up on L events. So you need to look at the L events and pay attention to the phase 3 rewards. At some point, you will figure out which ones are Chaos Dragons and which ones are Watcher. We just had a merging Chaos Dragon, the last L event. Sadly, I did not record. I was not ready for it. But basically, all of those for Watcher and Chaos Dragon will be one source. So either merge pack, research, they're gonna be, so merge pack and research are the best one, I believe, for me. There's also Labyrinth and Construction. I'm not a big fan of both of them, especially Construction, now that my building are done and I don't want to rearrange. The last ones are Monster Hunt and Tycoon. Now, the thing is, a good thing that you should have is you should have a notifications for those. So there are notifications on Discord, online. You should ask your teammates, your guildmates, to send guild mail whenever an event show up. So that's a good thing to get your medals. The other thing, you need to be prepared. So it's always a bad thing to see that there's an L event for Watcher, and then let's say it's merge pack, and you say, okay, it's merge pack, it's Watcher, let's do it, and you start, and then you speed up your merging packs, and then you realize, whoa, you don't have enough speed up. So make sure that you have enough resources and speed up in your bag before you decide to commit to doing a hell event, especially when we're going to talk about Chaos Dragon and 24-hour challenge. So make sure you have enough speed up, and that if you really prioritize Watcher and Chaos Dragon, make sure that you save them for those events. So speed up, research, normal speed up is also going to be something that you're going to need to have a lot for those. And especially if you do merging, not only do you need speed up, but you need to make sure that you have enough anima. Now, if you played like me, you probably have a ton. You will get those from events, you will get those from Dark Essences, and from cargo ship. So make sure to keep those. If you don't manage this properly, you're gonna run out. I've seen people telling me that merging is not good because of anima. And I don't know how they manage their bags, but for me, that's never been an issue. So, like I said, I would prioritize merging and research. So for merging, make sure you got a good merging set. Personally, free to play, I don't plan on getting these to Mythic. At Gold, they are perfectly fine, so you need something like this. For research, obviously, you will notice some mistakes that I've made in the past with these Mythic flutes. I would not do that now with Techno Labs, but you need to have a set that looks like this, as high as possible, but please don't put that to Mythic. That was a mistake on my part. Now, what's the strategy? I said you need to make sure that you have enough speed up and that. Now, the thing is, for merge pack, I would say don't ever do pack 1 or pack 2 for Watcher or Chaos Dragon. I would say do pack 3 if you are still in the process of maxing your pack 3 familiars to Elder. Otherwise, save everything for pack 4 because you're going to get the best ratio, and pack 4 is pretty good when you get there, obviously. Now, if you do merging, make sure that you max out your springs. Personally, I don't have any gems right now because I'm done with familiars, but a good way would be to have 1 spire, 1 gem, and then basically 6 springs. That would be the best, the optimal way, because springs, not only does it give you anima, it also gives you merging speed boost for packs. So very important. Now, as far as research, a good strategy, and if we look right now, there's a challenge, 24-hour challenge, but it's a Chaos Dragon. So your 24-hour challenge is only going to be either Chaos Dragon or no medals. So, and it's going to be research and troop training. For troop training, you need to train about 300,000 T4 or 2.5 million T2. So it's very important. Make sure that when you commit to that you have enough speed up. So same thing for research. A good strat is simply to have a big research running that is over the phase 3 amount, so 3.3 million. So I would go into my research, and a good strat is simply like select a research that is above that amount. So 4.7 would complete the challenge. I would start it, and then I would wait, and I would wait until there is a combination of, well, it's 3 things. I need a combination of 24-hour challenge research for Chaos Dragon, and then I would make sure that the L event where I complete it is either Watcher research or Chaos Dragon research. And the last thing I would want to make sure is that when I complete it, and I will not do it, but when I complete it, I have enough speed up. And personally, I only do research with research speed up because I'm saving my normal speed up for troop training. So this is a great strat. The other strat would be to have a big one running. Like right now, I have a research that gives me 1.1 million might. So that's enough for a Watcher research, but it's not enough for a Chaos Dragon research. So I would need to make sure that, and I don't want to do it because obviously I'm done with Chaos Dragon, but if I was not done, I would finish it and then I would make sure that I have a smaller research that I can do, like say not this one, or maybe a combination. This would be a lot too much. So I would do, let's say I finish this one, and then I would do two of those to get to 1,260,000 might that Chaos Dragon requires. Now, these are the ones that I prefer, merging and research, but obviously I talked about Monster Hunt and Tycoon. So if we looked at Tycoon, personally, the reason why I don't do that is because I'm saving my gems for bargain store. But if you were to do it for Tycoon, there's a lot of things that you can get from Tycoon. Basically, how many tokens do you need? You need about around 65 to 70 for Watcher, and you need about like 100 for Chaos Dragon. So if you were to do that, make sure you have enough tokens or that you can buy some. Personally, I always keep like a certain amount, not for these events because I've stopped doing them for, I save my gems for a bargain store, but I always buy like 100 luck token packs to make sure that at the end of each week, I'm finishing the circuit. But doing a Tycoon during Chaos Dragon and Watcher is not also a bad idea. It's pretty good. I would say you're not wrong doing that. The other one would be Monster Hunting. If you're free to play, obviously, you will have like something like this, either a little bit better or worse, because this is a 4.5-year-old account. So if you're just starting out, you probably don't have this. The thing is, it's very expensive in energy. You will need to kill, I believe it's like 1 level 4, one, and then 2 level 3 for Chaos Dragon. And if you're doing a Watcher, it's going to be 1 level 4 and a couple level 2s, I guess. It really depends on how many hits you can get. On your end, obviously, the better gear you have, the less hits you're going to need to kill a level 4. So that's what it means, is you're going to need to kill more monster after that. At the end of the day, it's the kills and the number of hits that counts. Now, the difference... Chaos Dragon, for L event, you get 1 medal, and Watcher, you get 3 medal. But for Monster Hunting, you only get 1 medal of Watcher. So personally, I would say if you are gonna do Monster Hunting for those heroes, make sure to do it for Chaos Dragon, not on Watcher. I don't think it's worth all the energy for 1 medal on Watcher, but on Chaos Dragon, it's kind of worth it. Now, the other ones, I will go over quickly. Construction, I'm not a big fan of construction because I'm done with my comp and I'm done with my setup, so I would not want to rearrange. But a lot of people, what they do is whenever there's a Watcher or Chaos Dragon, if they need to rearrange, if they are in Infirmary and they want to go to Manors, that's a good time to do it. It's very expensive in resources, but doing Manors and Infirmary, you don't need a lot of speed up, so it's pretty good. Make sure you have the right gear. Make sure you have a lot of people online to give you helps like this, right? It's really important. And then obviously, whenever you have a big research or a big construction, make sure to hit the overtime with Dark Assistance, definitely. Oh, I see something that if I don't do, I will kick myself. Very important to manage your cooldowns, guys, also. Like I said, I am not a big fan of those, but please don't do those types of building for Chaos Dragon and Watcher. Very expensive in speed up and resources for what they provide. And same thing here, I wouldn't suggest doing those. It's very expensive to complete the event. The last one would be Labyrinth. Once again, a Labyrinth, you need about 150,000 free to play because you cannot go to the Elite. And the ratio is for Elite is a lot better. So you need like a third of the Holy Stars for when you have Elite unlocked. But you need about 150,000. Remember, it's not the Holy Stars that matters, really. It's the number of hits. So if you're very lucky and get a lot of free use, you're going to need less. But at the very least, you're going to need to hit that thing 100 how much is it? Like you're gonna need to hit that thing about 1,700 times in 55 minutes. Basically, I've done it in the past. You need to click and click for 55 minutes. You cannot take a break. I've done it in a little bit under 50 minutes, but for both Watcher and Chaos Dragon, I don't think it's worth it. Now, if you are going to do it, if you have saved up the Holy Stars for that, Right now I have under 40,000. Make sure you do it when it's not Frostwing, because if you're free to play, you're probably not done with your equipment, so you want to make sure you get those rares. Frostwing will not give you those rares. They're going to give you resources and speed ups and stuff like that. Not as good as when it's the other rotation. So I would not suggest doing Labyrinth, but it can be done. It's just not something that I suggest. So once again, guys, basically, just to recap everything, Watcher is better than Chaos Dragon. Takes about 2 years if you know what you're doing to get Watcher. I know a lot of people told me I did in 6 months. I don't know if they mean 6 months from the start when they got Castle 25. Remember, you cannot get Chaos Dragon at unless you're Castle 25. Watcher, you can start getting 1 medals, I think, at around Castle 14 or something like that. But at the end of the day, guys, if you are paying attention and you have the speed up and the resource, Watcher is somewhat easy to get. You can get Watcher under 2 years, definitely. Chaos Dragon, free to play. I've seen some other players get it around the 4 to 5 year mark. It's obviously it's a lot more rare to see free to play with Gold Chaos Dragon. I've got one of it. I'm gonna get another free to play Chaos Dragon in about 6 to 8 months on one of the other account. So like I said, please focus on make sure that you get those notifications from Line, from Discord, from your guildmate. Make sure you put them on your wall. Definitely, these are the best. They're gonna be your 2 best wall heroes. Definitely moving forward as a free to play player. So, all right, guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought about this. Do you have Watcher? Do you have Chaos Dragon? What grade is it? Are you free to play? Are you pay to play? Let me know in the comments below how long it took you to get each of them to gold. And this was Langer, and I'll see you next time.